Hey, listen, who's that?
Oh, got new people.
New people.
We love it. Hang with us, guys. We're trying to get on YouTube. Get going live. Okay. There we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Good Sunday evening.
Happy Sunday evening. Hope everybody made it through the weekend. I'm Tammy. I'll be the one helping you along here. This is my husband, Lance.
Hello.
Excuse me. We do this as a team so we can help everybody through the journey. So we get a woman's perspective, we get a man's perspective, and how we do this as a family is what we like to share with everybody. So please jump in, Erica, Eric and Michelle. Oh, here comes Wayne. There he is. Come and jump on in anytime you feel like it. Just open up and come in and ask any questions you have. It's a free forum. Not real structured here. So just jump in, ask what you need, and we're just going to fill you in. We will check in first and tell you we're in construction mode. We are running crazy around here, but this is our 5th week of our fasting, the 72-hour fast. So we're on week number 5. And this is when all the construction for our whole year happens in our house because Lance has more energy than he knows what to do with and can whip out a honey-do list. Is good, better than anybody I've ever seen in my life. So we're just blessed to be able to say what that's doing to us is giving us those ketones. It's giving us that mental clarity. It's giving us the fuel. It's giving us just everything that we need. This is the best we feel all year. And we love this season. You know, we do this the first of every year we start through, and we're on a mission, get down to KetoCon to be in our peak health. We don't want no more accidents this year. We're coming straight down and straight back with hopefully no issues. So we got cardio rehab going on and trying to get myself nice and strong before we get down there. Cause I'm sure I'll be quite nerved up to speak. So all that stuff's going on. So we are just killing it, going around, doing our stuff around the house, doing construction mode, anything we can, all the repairs that need done, we seem to squish them all in this time frame. So we do that though by staying fat adapted and going through the fast and letting our chemistry carry us. So that's the beauty of once you've done the work to get through all those steps of building this chemistry. This is the fun part of it. This is where we get to put our superhero capes back on and we actually feel like we did, 20, 30, 40 years ago. So it's just one of those fun times of this is reaping some of the benefits of all that work, all that consistency, everything that we do. So this is why we love it. This is what we work for. And it's a win. So we love it. So that's pretty much where we're at. Did I forget anything? Are we good?
I don't think so.
I think so. All right, come on in, jump in, Linda. Come tell us how you're doing, how your week's going, any wins, any struggles, and how I can help you for the week to come.
I'm getting there.
A little better this week?
Huh?
A little better than last week?
Yes.
All right.
Good job.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We were able to take off Thursday, and we just got back today. We went out camping with our daughter and grandkids.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
A 4-year-old is busy.
What's that?
A 4-year-old is busy.
Oh, yeah, definitely camping.
Lots of energy, right? All bottled up in one little confined camp.
Oh, my gosh.
He's like a whirlwind. And he kept going between the two campsites. We were right next to each other. And at one point, we didn't see him leave, and he went across the road.
Oh, no.
He escaped.
I went into somebody else's trailer.
His sense of direction isn't too good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, good. They'll send him home when they get tired of him, right?
Yeah.
At least he didn't fall in the fire.
Nothing bad.
Close.
Close.
Very close.
Yeah, he's so clumsy, and he was like dancing around the fire pit, and it was like, I looked at her last night. I said, I'm going home. This is too nerve-wracking. I'm tired.
I always say there is a reason God gave us our kids so young, when we had the patience and the energy to deal with them. 17 might not have been quite what he had in mind, but we figured it out. So
she has a 16 and 14-year-old, and then this 4-year-old. So she's struggling with that.
I bet.
She noticed what a big difference her energy level has between the older ones and the younger one.
Sure. I'd say get in ketosis, stay there, and don't ever get out. That would be my advice.
Right?
Yeah.
But,
but
you know, they don't watch what he eats, and he's got a sugar brain, and he just like,
From the time he's awake to the time he's asleep, and focus on something? No,
mm.
no.
Yep.
And I told her that this weekend, and she said, I said,
Oh,
he
he-
has had too much sugar.
Oh, he doesn't have a lot of sugar.
He doesn't
But
have excess sugar.
Everything he eats is. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know grown adults that think that they don't eat much sugar, and you just kind of look at them.
Okay.
Okay.
It starts with the Capri Sun and goes from there. It's just,
Oh,
Yeah, if I had to do it all over again, I think my daughters were pretty mellow, but
no,
they'd
they're
even
really
be
mellow.
they'd be even more mellow.
Mine, on the other hand, Adam bounced off the walls, so it was just funny. But Linda, first of all, I just want to applaud you for going and enjoying your family. That's what it's all about, making the memories and stuff like that. And you're planting seeds, whether they are doing it or not. You're planting a seed to say,
Yeah.
hey, down the road, this might click. Down the road, you might want some more information. And that's all you can do.
Yep.
But I'm glad you went and enjoyed it. And
Glad you had a better week.
yeah, and your week's going better. Are you feeling stronger? Are you feeling stronger in your chemistry? How are you doing?
I am feeling stronger. Everybody went out fishing, so I had some downtime at the campground by myself because I hadn't got my fishing license yet. So I just watched drboz videos and did some reading, and yeah, I feel good going into this next week.
Awesome.
And even over the weekend, while everybody was having a few s'mores and things like that, we did not.
We did not.
Good.
Good job.
We had hot dogs, but we just had like a hot dog with some fried up bacon next to it.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go.
Meat
And I
is
had
good.
some mustard with jalapeno in it.
Nice.
Ooh, that
Perfect.
was good. Yeah.
Yes.
So all in all, yeah, I thought we did pretty good.
Good. And that's what it's all about, is learning to go out and navigate with your family and still go be with everybody. And that's the win of learning to focus on what truly matters. You're there to build relationship and be with your kids. It's not about your food. You do the best you can do when you're out.
And
then-
one choice at a time.
Yep.
And that's what I told my daughter, because we made carnitas for dinner last night, and they had the shells. We just did bowls. And I said something about, well, she goes, I just love my tortillas. And I said, well, you know what? I didn't miss the tortilla one bit.
Yep.
And I said, and you know what? It's not about the food. I used your
Good.
it's about the food. It's about the people that we're here with.
Absolutely. Amen.
So-
Good job.
She said, I know it is.
It is, but that's hard. That's hard to get people to understand, because everything they do revolves around food. Every focus that you have revolves around food. So it's just, I applaud you for stepping up, and again, you're planting the seed to them, and that's what's going to, I think, make each family gathering become easier and easier. That's what makes this a lifestyle, and that lasts a lifetime. And it's easier to do when you just make one little choice like that at a time. You went, you survived it, you come home. Now again,
Chalk that up as a win.
a win, total win. So good for you, even though you were having a bad week last week and struggling. Now, when you're talking, one thing I do want to throw out there, sometimes you just do the best you can do. Hot dogs, are they the perfect processed meat? Nope.
No.
But you do the best you can do with the choices that you have. And that's okay. It's not every day. You're not eating processed hot dogs every day of the week, but you did the best with the choices that you had in front of you. And that's how you make this last. You don't beat yourself up about it. It's not, oh my gosh, look what I'm eating. It's, you eat what you need to right then. You get up tomorrow. You're going to wake up tomorrow. You guys will be back on your clean and healthy fat, food and fats and proteins and everything. So it will come out in the wash. I mean, it's all good, but you did the perfect, scenario. You made the best of a rough situation, and you enjoyed your family. So Linda, good job.
With her, she didn't want to learn. She hates to cook, but her boyfriend loves to cook. So they cook together. But she's a total foodie, this girl. As a little girl, she didn't like anything. And now all of a sudden she's this total foodie.
Nice. Hey, but you know what? All that, again, you're planting seeds, you're leading by example, and that's all you can do. And I'm proud of you. So good job. A couple things that we found, I was reading up more on the schedule down for KetoCon, and we're working on the speech and getting everything together, but it's going to be cool because they're going to have a whole keto or a carnivore panel of people that have had success with carnivore. So I'm kind of excited to hear that. I get to sit in on the what's it even called? Not the survivors, the success panel. So I'll be sitting on the success panel, but aside from the success panel, they're having a whole carnivore panel. So it's going to be neat to hear all the different versions of how everybody's doing that. And, that's just hard for those of us that were vegetarian, or, I'm at cardio rehab. So I'm hearing all about the Mediterranean diet all the time and all these different things. And it's like, I still look back at them. And my one argument still comes back to, if all those worked, I wouldn't be sick because I did them. And my glucose was still crazy. It was just all over the place. So I applaud you for picking out the meat, doing the best you can do in that situation, and move forward. And as much as everybody wants to make this hard, and it is sometimes a struggle to juggle things around, but when you really get down to the nitty gritty, eat the meat and
Add the fat.
And don't struggle about it, and just get fat adapted and redo your whole house every year when you do, because you have so much energy, you don't know what to do with. So, good.
Good for you, Linda.
Good job. Let us know what we can do,
Keep
guys.
helping her out, Rob. You're doing a great job supporting, and that's a big key thing. So
we got some
really
new
is.
stuff coming up. I think we've been listening. What was that guy's name?
Mark Driscoll.
Anybody heard of him? Mark Driscoll. Oh my gosh, we've listened to him all weekend. He's
starting to resonate a little bit with me. He's a pastor out in it's called Real Faith. Was it Real Faith Church or something like that out in Arizona?
Yeah. And just talking about the real men and being leaders again. And kind of what we talk about here of the men being the leaders of the family. And I love it. It's just neat to know.
Starting to spark some interest in me, and maybe starting just the men's side of how we can support and how we can be leaders in our family and help our wives attain their goals, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to grab a book downstairs. His wife Stacy, I can't think of the last name, but he's written a couple books. Wild at Heart is the name of it.
Okay.
Etheridge?
John
I'll
Eldridge.
get the book, but he's along the same lines.
What was that? What was that, Wayne?
I think that guy's name is John Eldridge.
John Eldridge, that's it.
Yeah, there we go for the win.
Thank you, Wayne.
50 points to Wayne.
We're all on the same. We're all on the same page.
That's awesome, though. Yeah,
it is. But I think there's something to be said about just learning to have that manly leader in our family, and something that's to have men that we trust that are leading. And nobody has to be perfect, but it's just nice to see that we have men that are leading and being godly men in it. And it's such a growth and just a way to move forward and communicate. And, women need to learn to stand up and make their own decisions. And, it's my call, my health, my everything, but he's still my leader. He's still the support and everything that I do. So it's just neat to be a team in it and be able to do it. And I think that's, again, another way of how we succeed in this is we do it as a team. We don't both always win.
Speaking of, I have my tea tonight. Chai tea.
Oh.
Yes, we're gonna try
lesson of the week.
We're trying to cut out the coffee. So
I have a question for you. How many people have ever been on a beta blocker here? Is anybody on beta blocker besides me? Okay.
What is it?
Anything to slow your heart rate down? Anybody been on anything for your heart rate? Okay. I've been on it since I had the heart attack. Nobody has ever said to me, don't have caffeine with that medication.
Because caffeine
competes with
it and makes it go away. So it doesn't regulate your heart anymore.
Wow.
The caffeine cancels out your beta blocker, just to let you know.
So I've been at cardio rehab for weeks, and I happened to have some caffeine last week before I went, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, nothing big, just a little bit of my cold brew or whatever. And cold brew has more caffeine in it than regular coffee. Who knew? I did not. I thought I was doing the easier of the bunch, but I never knew. And of course I love nurses. So if anybody's a nurse here, I just want to say thank you. And I applaud you all, because I think I learn more about health from my nurses than I ever have from my doctors. It's just so neat to see what the nurses, and she's like, if you're on that caffeine, she's like, that's, it's blocking out what that pill is supposed to be doing for you. Nobody's ever told me that. So my heart rate's been good all day. Like I'm under 100. I'm usually always in the stratosphere with
But
my
she
heart rate.
noticed the difference because the week before last, she didn't have any caffeine.
Because I had the
She was
cocoa
on
beans.
the cocoa beans,
Or the cacao or
cacao beans or whatever, instead of the coffee beans. And she went to rehab and she was doing phenomenal. They were just like, great job, And then come the last week, she had some coffee over the weekend, started back on the caffeine, and not the beta blocker got knocked out. Come Monday and Wednesday when she went, she was struggling the whole time. They were like, what happened?
I do the stretch and they make me sit down, warm ups, go sit down,
So come to find out, it was the caffeine taking out the beta blocker and not letting the beta blocker
do its job. So again, it's just, when
Little
we're dealing
things.
with heart disease and, after having the heart attack and everything, I want to do everything in my power to help my heart as much as I can. So we're talking the good proteins, the healthy fats, the good sodium, all those things that really matter. And if I have to knock out caffeine, then I'm going to knock out the caffeine. It's what I have to do. And it's not one of those things. It's not a negotiation. This isn't I'm going to try to wean down. I had to put a little bit of cold brew in my cacao the other day just to help with the headache, for that withdrawal headache. But as soon as I get through that, it's like, then it's not a question, it's again.
And then it's hard for me to go out there and make a coffee and smell up the whole house of coffee when she can't have any. So now that's a signal to me. It's my turn. Well, let's cut out the caffeine as well. See if we can do that and go on for your benefit.
So again, I'm just blessed to have a guy that supports me, a man that's going to help do whatever we need to do as our family. And that's how we're going to succeed in this. When I get weak, he pulls me along. When he's having a weak moment, I pull him along, and we do it as a team. And that's what's going to help us all succeed.
Yep.
So I just applaud all of you, but hopefully we'll be working on some things on that. So we got some things coming up, but okay. Uncle Joe, you want to check in?
But good job.
Yes. Good job.
Good job, Hops.
Hang on. We got you muted. I know you're struggling tonight. Uncle Joe's not feeling good. He's in the middle of chemo treatments. And
does pain knock your numbers to crap?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a stress to your body. That's a stress to your system, and any stress to your system is gonna make numbers spike.
So it's going to raise your cortisol as your pain goes up, and your glucose is going to go up. The medications they have you on, probably they probably have you on some steroids to help you not be so sick.
Yeah.
And those steroids are going to throw your numbers off the roof. The only thing I can stress in this is stay the course. This is where don't jump ship because your numbers are going to look crappy. Still keep doing what you know how to do.
Well, because yesterday I was at DBR 14.
Nice.
Jeez, out.
Ketones 5.7. And today I'm at DBR 23 and 3.8.
Well, that's not a tank, but that's a good job.
Right.
It got worse.
Yeah, but you're gonna have ride that wave, Joe. You're gonna go with what you're going through. You're probably gonna go up and down, up and down.
Yeah, it's been doing that. I'll get up like where I'm in the 40s for DBR and that, and then I'm back down in the 20s.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you can stay in that, doing that right between 20 and 40, and that's where
That's awesome,
that is
dude.
awesome. I'm so happy for you because that's where the healing
And
can help you.
Here's something else simple too that might mess your numbers up. If you don't get good sleep, if you have a bad night's sleep, that'll jack your numbers up. Just something as simple as that.
I've only been sleeping like about 2 or 3 hours a night.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And Uncle Joe, when we do the brains course again, you'll understand that more and more, because as you miss that sleep, you don't get that deep BDNF, and that BDNF is what helps that brain and helps the sleep and helps everything happen. And you don't make the ketones, and your glucose will be up, and all those things happen. And it's trying to get that BDNF raised, and you need deep sleep to do it.
Think of it this way: as a computer, it takes so long to shut down all the systems. If you don't get enough sleep for your brain to turn off and shut down all its systems, then it can go through its checks to make sure everything is correct. Then basically you're like running a slow computer if you don't get enough sleep.
Okay. Just one other thing. You talk about this other stuff in place of coffee. You ever tried chicory?
I've heard of chicory, but I haven't tried it.
Chicory.
What is it?
Chicory is a root that in survival training, and then also back like when this was first being settled. The U.S. was first being settled. Chicory was something they would take, you clean up the root, grind it, and it tastes a lot like coffee, but there's no caffeine or nothing like that in it.
Actually, with the coffee though, I'm good because I really don't like coffee. It's the stuff I put in it that I like. So I'm good with it because I have my Good Earth tea and I have the cacao beans now. I'm a happy girl. I'm really fine. I think I just
Yeah, I know I've cut back
go to
on
the
my coffee a lot.
huh?
I've cut back on my coffee a lot. I used to go through a pot of coffee in the morning, and now I think I had 1 cup 2 days ago.
Nice. Good job.
That's it. But
I guess I'm looking at anything that's changing our fuel and our energy and our mindset. And we both woke up with a horrible headache, and everything like that. And you just think anything that your body has to withdraw from like that, there's something going on that I don't want those reactions in my body. It doesn't matter if it's coffee, if it's tea, if it's a food, if it's, we ate out at a restaurant over the weekend. We went to Missy's birthday and ate out at a restaurant. We got fillets and they were awful.
It was bad.
It was bad. And it's just, if it was the salt or the spices or something, we both had a horrible headache. And it's just to reiterate, if it's making you feel bad, we are so cleaned out that when we put anything that is not good in our body says, no, hell no.
It'll let us know.
Mean, it's a, it is not going to happen. So stick with what you're doing and don't, I don't need it for me, but if the chicory or whatever helps you, then do it if you need it instead of the coffee.
I've just been, most of the time, I drink like green tea.
Good.
And I just know you were talking about it, and I was thinking about the other day about, the chicory that when I went through survival, that was one of the things they taught us.
Nice.
Does it taste like black licorice, Joe?
Something,
Close
it's
to
a
that.
lot like, but it actually does taste a lot like coffee.
Okay.
And but it's
Coffee alone tastes like boiled dirt to me.
and it's a little bit different, taste than coffee, but it's a lot like coffee. That's why they used it.
Okay.
Nice.
Good deal.
Well, keep going, stay strong, and don't let your numbers derail you. Your numbers are doing great right now, but you just stay the course because you may hit a point where they go crazy, where they go sky high. Even when they do that, still stay the course because that's when you don't want to jump ship. Use your bone. Good.
I'm too
Bone
bullheaded.
right?
There you go.
That is one thing we have in common. We're too bullheaded to stop, right?
Okay.
No, just try to work on getting some sleep the best you can. Just know the more sleep you get, the better your body will be, and then keep in the numbers that you are, man. You are rocking it out.
But the only reason I'm not getting to sleep is I start getting in pain.
Yep.
And it wakes me up.
Yeah.
I had the same thing when I was doing my back. So I totally agree, man.
Yeah. But we'll get there.
You'll get there, honey. We love you. So let us know if you need anything.
Okay.
Keep it up, Joe.
Why is this?
Okay, come on in, Judy. You want to come and say hi? Come and tell us how you're doing.
Got a bunch of people on YouTube tonight. This is
All right.
great. I love
Any
seeing
questions over there?
Nope.
On YouTube, it's over there. Come and give us any questions. Type them in. Lancer's answering everything on YouTube. If anybody needs to, come on in, jump in, and say hi. If you can, if you have anything, let us know. Come on in, Judy. Sorry, thank you.
Hey, I'm having a good week. I hope you are too.
Yeah.
So far.
Pretty much just carnivore, and my DBRs are in 30, between
Nice.
27 and 30,
Wow.
which I
Perfect.
think is great.
Perfect.
And I'm feeling good. And
You look
that
beautiful.
is-
You got the glow.
I feel good, and the energy is back. So,
Good.
I strayed, and I've learned my lesson for a while. I would say permanently, but that's not me.
You'll get
For a while. Yep. I
You'll get
agree.
there. You'll get there.
Yeah.
All good.
So got the husband doing his thing. And he's not carnivore, but he's doing keto, pretty much keto. He's staying under 20 carbs, and he's feeling pretty good. So right now life is very, very good, and we're happy.
Good.
Good.
That's
So,
what we love to hear.
Ride that wave.
And Judy, I know you've done the work, and I think that's the cool part of it too, is, that is what so many people don't realize. And, if you haven't taken the course and you don't know the steps, yes, anybody can go out and do keto. Anybody can go to YouTube and just gather up some information and start doing keto. You can lower your carbs and make some progress. But when you're truly doing it to the level of health that most of us here on this, this group right now need, we have to do that step-by-step process to get that. We're working on that mitochondrial health. We're working on that being fat adapted. Some of us are coming back from cancers and heart attacks and diabetes and all of those things. And that is the beauty of knowing we can do something to reverse that damage when those steps are done in order. And I think that is what, I'm so excited to be able to talk down at KetoCon and share and give people that had no hope. Give people that have been sent home with a handful of medications and say, go take this. Don't worry about it. There's nothing you can do. Just go take this. Yes, there is something you can do. You can turn it around. You may not be able to fix it 100%, but you can make it a hell of a lot better than a handful of medications, or at least do it with a handful. If I'm going to take the medication, I want to do my work to get there too, to do the best, to do my part. You don't just want to be sent home with a fistful of medication and not do your part in it too. So it's just nice to be able to do that. So good job, Judy.
yeah, I think that when you mentioned the brains course, I think that just pulls it all together.
On it though. Yep.
Just like cement in place.
I think that was probably as much, if not more important to me. As you said, anybody can go on the internet and read all this stuff, but it just pulled it all together and made sense.
Well, just know, as soon as I get home from KetoCon, probably by the 1st of May, I am hoping to run I'm going to start Brains course again. And it's one of those things, we all need it. And if you've taken it before, you need the review. If you haven't taken it before, it will there's no accident that Dr. Boz teaches us Keto Continuum first and the Brains course second, because you've got to get into ketosis to get that brain work done. But when you can do something for the brain, there's so many little steps for the brain health that you can do that you never know. You never realized how much you can do for your own brain and your kids, how much control you actually have over the development of your kids' hippocampus. If I only could have a do-over, it's just
all of us.
Right. It's just sad to think, like I said, I sent my kid to school with a fruit smoothie every darn day of the week it's like.
You just do what you know at the time.
You thought we were doing a good thing and thought it was the answer and thought, we were doing the work. We were putting it in. We were doing it, and I was.
Oh, wow.
Hey, live and learn, but at least now it's making progress now. Now we're seeing the difference and seeing the changes, and it's not beating our heads against the wall. So Judy, I love that even though you strayed, when you learn these 12 steps in a row and you learn how to read your body chemistry and you learn how to do that, you can jump, if you choose to go off, if you go on a vacation, whatever you want to do.
If you fall off,
you can get right back up tomorrow and get right back. Where your body's left off, where your chemistry is. And again, I think that's the beauty of doing a course. And the other part of it, if you know the course and you just need some help, that's the beauty of when a coach comes in. That's where I can come in and help you decipher what's going on. What are you struggling with? What step are you missing? Maybe your fat-based hormones aren't happy yet and they're not kicking in and working. If leptin and ghrelin aren't working and you're feeling happy and you're feeling full or satiated, those things are great, but most people don't have all those hormones working. So all those steps matter so much. And Judy, I'm just so glad that you jumped on board and was able to get back on track and you know how to do it.
I missed you guys.
We missed you. I'm glad you're back though.
I love to hear that. They missed us.
I love it. I love it. All right. Come on in.
Good job, Judy.
Yeah. Come on in.
Thanks,
Wayne.
guys.
Come tell us how you're doing, Wayne. How's you and Miss Vicky holding up?
Doing good. If you want to look at my numbers, they're slightly not as good as they were a week ago, but my DBR is still averaging, 7-day averages right around 80, which if you go back
good.
3 weeks, we were well over 100. So, I'm happy with where I am. My ketones have really helped that. And my ketones have stayed up, and my blood sugar has gotten just a little worse than it was, but my when I say worse, like around 100 as opposed to 95. So, I mean,
But notice as that glucose is still coming down, think of where he was, 6 months,
oh yeah,
8 months ago,
Yeah.
and coming down like that is allowing those ketones to rise.
Yep.
So I'm, just staying the course. I mean, there's some things I still can do to clean up. I think I shared last week that I found that my numbers on Monday are usually worse than other days of the week. So tonight we closed our eating window a little earlier, not as early as I was hoping to, but better than it's been. And I was listening to one of the so-called keto experts talking about, incorporating some exercise in the day after your last meal. So I just hopped on the treadmill,
Nice.
for 20 minutes,
Good.
nothing hardcore, just literally walking,
Yep.
like at 3 miles an hour. So I did a mile in 20 minutes and
There you
said,
go.
well, let's see how that, helps the metabolism, burn through some of that sugar. So
Good
things are
job.
going good.
Good
Good
job.
deal. Keep it up,
And
man.
again, we just applaud Wayne. He is one of those leaders in the family, as a wife that's, in doing it too. And us girls just struggle. So Miss Vicky's always struggling up with me. So we're always in the same boat. But Wayne's also a great supporter and helping along. And it's just a neat thing. Wayne, one of the things you brought up in your email, I love that you took your neck circumference. And if that's something, one of the things for our newbies at the beginning of the class, I always say, take pictures and take your measurements, even if nobody
Just
sees them.
measurements.
You don't even have to see them. You don't have to share them. But I'm telling you, when your body starts changing and you see that difference, and you feel the difference and you're dropping sizes, sometimes the scale doesn't move, but you can tell the difference with how your clothes are fitting, how your rings are fitting, all of those. Take those measurements, take those pictures and keep them for yourself. Just keep them for yourself until when and if you're ready to share them. You have them for that aha moment if you want to. But if not, at least you have them for yourself. And Wayne, how many inches has your neck went down? I know that was crazy.
When I
3.5.
started back on August 21st, my neck was 18.99 inches. You can get that crazy number because I use this tape measure. You can get it on Amazon. The brand is Renpho, Renpho. It works with an app and it's real idiot proof. You don't have to have one other person reading the tape measure for you while you're using it.
Or tightening it.
Yeah, or tightening it. You can tighten it as much as you personally want, and, out at least. But all joking aside, I was 18.99 inches in August. As of this morning, as I do all these on Sunday mornings, I was 15.7.
Wow.
So I'm down roughly 3.3 inches.
Inches, dude.
That's awesome.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And do you know how important too it is between that neck circumference and the belly circumference? When you start checking those numbers and you see that going down, that is just signs that, think of how much less mass his body has to pump blood through, how much less mass the veins and the heart is having to work. So that is where, as you lose that inflammation's coming down. And you guys can see Wayne's face. I mean, his face, his neck, everything has come down and changing in that. And that's such a win to see what it's doing for his heart health, for, his internal health, everything. So again, the scales may not be the number that he wants it to be yet, but his mass is going down. His size is going down. And that water and that fluid coming out of the cell, that's the beauty of ketosis done right, done properly. It's losing that inflammation out of the cell, out of every cell of the body. And that's where it's just neat to see it go down. So good job, Wayne. I'm just proud of you guys.
And, we can all preach to each other that don't rely on the scale or don't rely even on the tape measure. But in reality, we all do.
Oh yeah, you want to see that.
And we're all torqued off when, we thought we'd had a good week and, an inch is, some inches didn't come off or the weight didn't come off, and if somebody else experienced that, we'd all be saying, hey, don't worry about it, stay the course.
It's different when it's us, right?
Exactly. But one of the things I found is that the measurements show a lot more improvement than the weight does. So if you really are just looking for some positive affirmation and you've never done measurements before, I've taken a lot of positivity out of a week when my scale hasn't moved, but the numbers on the tape measure did.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'll
Good
put a
job.
link in the chat up for that tape measure.
Yes.
Yes,
And
please.
I'll get a link over on Amazon and put it up too. That'll work.
And actually, they have a smart jump rope too
Do they
that I
really?
ordered.
A smart jump rope.
Okay, and then we
Well,
gotta
it keeps track of it. It has a timer on it, or it keeps track of how many jumps you've done.
nice.
So I
Yeah.
ordered it. Just
Good job.
Just to
I'm a
see
guy.
how you got to have them numbers.
I'm a gadget guy.
He's our numbers man. But just
Love
to
it.
say what the beauty, even if Wayne and them haven't done the brains course yet, but the beauty of knowing what jump roping can do for your brain, just trust me, until you get into the brains course, jump rope.
I can't wait till the weather gets nice.
It's so cold
we
here.
can't jump rope in the house or in the garage. We have downstairs we have 7-foot ceilings. Upstairs we have 8-foot ceilings. I still hit the ceiling, so I got to go outside. It's just I can't do
It
it.
was 20 degrees again today.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's like enough already. So as soon as we can get outside, we're itching to get out. So we're trying to get everything done inside so we can get outside.
Jump rope contest.
We're going to be jumping because I miss it and I can tell a difference night and day. I mean, I was up to like 70, 75 jumps per minute and I was doing so well in it. And since the heart attack, it's like I feel like I got 3 feet or something. I don't know what's going on, but it's just amazing how fast you go backwards and how hard it is to get going again. But that there's so much health in 1 minute of jump rope and the brain health. And we'll go through that when we do the brains class again, but you're going to love it. That's just neat.
I'll just warn you on this jump rope I'm putting in there. Don't get confused by the picture. It comes like a regular jump rope, but then it has where you can put the weights on, which
Use the fake
you
one.
said you'll
Yeah.
teach us that, doesn't work for what you're trying to get it to do, but
Yep.
it comes with both.
Nice.
So-
That's good. That's really good though. In therapy, we used to use the one with the weights on it, and I thought it worked great. But we all asked about when Dr. Boz was telling us about the brains course. She's like, nope.
That coordination thing.
Yep, you got to get over the rope. She says, I don't care if you walk over it, roll over it, fall over it, or what. But
You
you
need a real rope. You
Get
just
your
can't
brother.
go like this with nothing in your hands and jump around.
You
Don't
gotta
work.
use the rope, and it's awesome. But we've done it with my granddaughter when she does her junior dragster. We've done it with my grandson for playing football. I mean, Lance and I have done it. It's we're trying to find a way. My son that has the paralyzed arm, we're trying to find a way to.
Gotta make a glove.
I know we're going to duct tape it to his hand or something so he can get jumping with that with both hands. God, poor Adam.
Poor guy. Anyway,
Anyways, thank God. Good job, Wayne.
nice job, Wayne.
Oh, Miss Vicky, hi. Desiree, do you want to come and check in?
Put some comments.
Hi,
Hey, come on in. Good to see you.
everything's going good. Junior dragster.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
I'll have to post some pictures on the group. You'll have to
She's
see it.
good.
She's
Oh,
good.
how fun.
It was so funny when it's so cute. When she first started driving, she couldn't ride a bike. She could drive a car 70 miles an hour down a racetrack, but she could not ride a bike.
Ride a bike.
Now she can, but it's
Oh,
just kind of cool. She has fun with it. I'll post pictures in the group. She starts again here pretty soon. So
Yep.
oh,
Track
good. My
opens,
husband and I are going to Arizona for the NHRA Nationals
Ooh,
nice.
and to see my stepdaughter.
nice.
Nice.
She race?
No, she doesn't race.
Oh, okay.
Nice though. Good job. So how are you doing?
Great. I am fat adapted now. I'm so
Yay!
happy.
Woo.
Yeah. I found a new doctor that helped my gut. So I'm
Nice.
feeling great. Yeah.
You know what? When you find a doctor that you start to mesh with that gets what you're doing, it's just heaven.
Oh yeah. It's
So hard to
wonderful.
find.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good
So
job.
thank you for doing this. I love your Sunday night. And
Oh.
I'll sign off and let somebody else talk.
All right,
Well,
Desiree.
thank you, Desiree.
Thank you. And let us know if you need help. Let us know. I'm doing great. Eric and Michelle, do you guys want to jump in? Can you guys come in and say hi at all? Or share a little bit of
Hi,
your
all.
story? Hi, come on in.
Can you
Hello.
guys hear us?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you. I can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay. Trying to mess with some technology this evening and
Oh.
I'm not sure if it was working.
We're with you.
We're doing pretty good. Haven't fasted in a couple weeks. Been trying to do OMAD
Mhm.
the last week or so, which has kind of turned out into OMAD and a half kind of things most days.
Yep.
Um,
We've all been there.
You feel pretty stuffed and full when you get done eating, and then about 5-6 o'clock, you're either bored or somewhat hungry. So butter bites sound tasty, and
Right.
Yep.
so we kind of jump on a little bit of that, but still definitely cutting down. Eating just one big meal a day, and then maybe some more beef or something. We're doing mostly carnivore. My yerba mate says it gives me 5 grams of carbs, so I'm probably getting between 5 and 10 grams of carbs a day. So ketovore, I guess. I don't know.
There you go.
But trying to keep it low. It's funny, you guys were talking about the drag racing and the NHRA. Michelle and I just picked up a Saturday gig at the Colorado National Speedway, which is like 5 miles down the road from our house. So we'll be working at the Speedway here in Colorado, which can be a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun going to the races the last couple of years. So
Nice. That's awesome.
yeah,
I'm a gear-
I'm
I'm the gearhead. I'm the motor guy. Yeah.
We actually have a
What was
family
that?
that does the race. Go ahead.
I said I'm the gearhead. I'm the motor guy, the car
okay.
guy, the go fast guy. Yeah.
My son is too, and he builds my granddaughter's race cars. So we're all just, it's our family. It is what it is. So
Nice.
a good job. So you will find as you get more fat adapted though, and you get, OMAD will get easier and easier as you go, as you learn the mindset in it. That mindset will clear up and get easier and easier as those habits change. Sometimes, when it gets to 5 or 6 o'clock, we just want something. So you're going to learn how to negotiate. Are you wanting something at 5 or 6 o'clock, or do you truly need something at 5 or 6 o'clock? And once you start working through a little bit of that and really do the mind work in it, the brain work that we keep talking about, that's going to start to show you that, it's a habit. You're going to probably find out that little butter snack or whatever you do in the evening. And just so everybody understands, when you take that, even if he's pretty much OMAD and eats everything at one meal, if he waits a few hours and eats again, even if it's just a couple bites of something, that's still an open eating window. And it's, it considers it's 2 things. So it's like, make sure that if you take that bite after your OMAD, after your one full meal, if you put those bites in, make sure it's worth it. Make sure you're doing the work to process. Do you really need those fats and the fuel or the protein or whatever?
Or am I thinking I want it?
Do you think you want something because it's time to eat? So kind of, just be mindful of that as you go through your next week, and it might get a little easier to say, you know what? And we find that's when we tear into the house. That's when we go do a project. If we stay busy through the evening, we don't even think about food. We are fine. If we stay busy, if we sit down on the couch,
If we stop,
then it's
especially me, dude, I am bad. I'm a snacker. I've always been a snacker. If I stop, if I'm not doing something, it is rough on me.
He really struggles. And it's one of those, that's why we stay so busy, is because he can function through it, but it's hard for him to sit idle through it. So I guess I'm just saying that, Eric, think through it, try to get that eating window closed up, because you're going to find going into your fasting, the longer the fast, it will get easier and easier for you as you can keep that window tighter.
And if you get to your point too, where you're thinking about some butter bites or something, grab some Redmond salt and see if that goes
Curbs
away.
it and
If
give
it
it
curbs
15
it-
minutes.
If that curbs it within like 15 minutes or something like that, then that's a mindset. That's just a craving. If you're after that 15 minutes of taking that salt, if you're still hungry, then probably you need to eat, but more than likely not.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've been trying to incorporate is just salt and water. And I know some video, Mark Smelly Bell, I think, anyhow, was talking about if he thinks he's hungry, drink some water and set a timer and come back in an hour. If he's really hungry, then he'll eat or whatnot. But we've been trying to incorporate, we have a little salt chunk that we keep by us at the.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hashtag of the week last week was suck the rock. That's
So we're trying to incorporate things like that. And a lot of it, you're right, is just habit, because I'm currently retired. So the couch you see me sitting on now is pretty much what I do all day. And Michelle works, so she get home about 5:30, 6 o'clock, and guess when we're kind of thinking it's time to be eating and stuff like that. So still struggling with that challenge.
And that's hard. I mean, I come home about the same time, 4:30, 5 o'clock, so I come home from work and I haven't eaten all day. She likes to get her window started about 1, 2 o'clock, which works really well for her. I can't do that because I only have a half hour to go 10 miles and come back home and go 10 miles again. So I'm too busy to sit down and eat at lunch. So I have to wait till evening. But that's where we struggle too, is it doesn't really work for her in the evening as much. So she'll eat more during the day and then kind of sit with me while I eat. So
But one thing I will encourage you guys, what helps us the most is I will literally have his food ready for him when he walks in the door so he can get his eating window closed as soon as he possibly can. And then as soon as he's done, we don't head back to that couch.
yeah,
Find something you guys love to do. And I don't care what it is. If it's going for a walk together, do something, go for a ride. If you don't like to walk, I'm not even going to push exercise or anything. I'm just saying, find something that the two of you love to do together. We love to do construction and tear up our house and do things. So it works for us for this season. But as soon as this season passes, it's boat season for us.
boat season, baby.
So we go do something and we're out in the middle of a lake. There's nothing to eat. So it makes those
Take our salt water, we roll.
go. But it makes those urges so much easier to deal with because first of all, we enjoy each other's company. He's my best friend. He's my man. I love going and being with him. I don't struggle with, oh my gosh, I want to be doing this, or I wish I was doing that. When you're literally doing something you enjoy, you're making a new neural pathway in the brain. That dopamine response that you used to get from sitting down and having your favorite dinner, go do something that is giving you that dopamine response. Go do something, whether that's sharing time with your wife or going someplace or doing something, journal, read a book, go for a walk, go for a bike ride, whatever. Do something that you love. So it sparks that dopamine response that you're looking for that 5 o'clock meal or snack or whatever you're having. But
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Especially
I get all day to sit around and do nothing, and then she comes home and is exhausted from her day at work, and I'm an enabler. I'm like, I'll sit here with you.
Well, here's what I would say. Do something that would be restful for her or feel good for her. Like we go down sometimes and get in our sauna. Go for a float. Go
Play cards.
You know,
get your brain active in something, maybe not necessarily physically, but do something to
sit on the couch and give each other a foot rub, a massage, do something
stuff like that, man. Get your mind off the food.
Keep your mind busy off the food and do something to benefit your health.
Yep.
Do something to keep this ball going in the same or the right direction. Because if you just sit on the couch, Lance and I took a whole season. As some of you probably heard this story. We took a whole season and never turned on our TV because we learned as soon as our butts hit the couch and the show came on, we were fine when we sat down. We sat down all focused and ready.
Many food commercials, you have no idea.
The first commercial, one of us would go pee and the other one heads to the bath or to the kitchen to open up the fridge. Don't know what for. We're not hungry. We're not doing anything. It was just literally
habit.
And then we would switch the next commercial. The other one would go pee and the other one would go open the fridge. And it's like, you know what? They
pay a lot of money for people to analyze that those food commercials get people to eat.
Yep.
Yeah, it really does. They work.
So we turned the TV off. That's when we got the boat back out and started. When we want to do that in the evenings, instead of our butts hitting the couch, we hit the boat. We take that. Sometimes we will drive for a half hour to get there, get the boat on the lake, be on the lake for an hour and turn around and drive home. Just enough to keep us busy and away from the house, away from the TV. We spent that whole summer and never turned our TV on.
Yep, that's
because
great.
As soon as the TV comes on, it's all over. It's hard. So we don't watch TV. We stay.
Yeah, moving. It's to top it off, you've got your streaming things like Prime, and
you watch it anytime.
I've watched seasons of shows in a day, and I'm just comatose by the time she comes home sometimes, and it's just.
Yep.
I guess then as a husband, I would say do something to love on your wife. If she's worked all day and you've got the energy built up and you've sat there all day, then love on your wife. Do the foot rub, do a massage, take her for a float, take her for a sauna, take her on a walk, take her on a drive, go whatever you guys like to go see. I would just challenge you, because the other part in this of making it a lifestyle that works as a couple and as a family is, it's not a, you can't do this. It's not a, you should do this. It's a,
what can we do
what
together?
can we do together to build our relationship, our love and support for each other? And it's just, it brings us closer and closer. You know, it's our, like our walk with God. You know, the closer we do it and the more we do it together, the closer and the better it gets.
Yep.
So it's the same thing with doing this. The more we do it together and support each other, the closer and better it gets. And I would just encourage you, if you are at home and have time to do those things.
You wouldn't have a honey-do list for me.
I
If I was at home, if I was retired, oh, it'd be
But-
easy street.
Love on your wife, I guess, when she comes home. If she's stressed,
Absolutely.
love on her, and then share the evening together, but do something you guys love together. You know,
Yeah, it's getting, I know you guys are 20. I mean, we're mid 50s all week, I think, this week finally.
Oh man.
Nice.
But yeah, and then as you guys were talking, I was just thinking, you know, we bought some e-bikes last year, and I think it might be time to get those things charged up and
Absolutely.
start doing something. But yeah.
good job. Yes, get them up and ready. You know, let her take a little break, and then get, especially the more fat adapted you guys get, you can't sit down in the evenings. I don't know about you guys, but we're like bouncing. Like we sit down, it's like, I can't even sit and watch a movie. Let's do something. You know, we literally are bouncy. It's just that I want to do something. I don't want to just sit down on the couch like, you know, we used to. It just doesn't work like that. It's got stuff to do. You'll get there, but good job, Eric.
Good job, Eric.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
job. And thanks for
Hang
coming.
in there.
Welcome.
Yes. Welcome to the group.
Welcome to our crazy family.
Thanks.
We love it. Good. Any questions? How's YouTube doing?
YouTube's been kind of quiet, but
All
everybody
right.
said their hellos, and but they're good. I don't
All
have
right. Any
over
questions
there.
over on YouTube? Anybody want to come and jump in? Any questions we can help you with? If not, I want to give everybody reminders. KetoCon is coming up. Get your tickets. If you still need to get tickets, JTK 50 will save you $50 on it. I'm so excited to be speaking. I'm finally getting my speech underway and getting it put in presentation and trying to get it all together. And it's exciting to be able to think it through of how we can bless how many people, of saying, I want to give survivors hope. You know, when you have no hope and you think, I've had heart disease, I've had cancer, I've knocked on death's door too many damn times to not be able to help and encourage somebody else along, that to say we can do this. And there are things you can do. There are many steps you can do to help your own health. And I just encourage anybody, if you haven't and you need the help with the steps, reach out. That's what coaches are for.
Yep.
You know, I will teach you the program. I will take you step by step. You'll figure it out. And once you know it, then it's just show up for support, you know, until you can have your family support around you. Show up. We're your family. You know, we're here for you. That's what we're here for. Anybody questions? Anything this week that anybody can think of?
Everybody all good?
Everybody ready? Okay, we're on fast number 5. Who's fasting with us this week? Everybody in?
Wayne?
Wayne's
Yep.
in. You guys,
Yeah.
Desiree? Nope. Okay, we're
Well,
fasting
but
this
not
week because we are still trying to get those 872s in. So we should finish up the week we leave, fly out for Texas. So we're trying to stay focused and focused and get down to back and forth in Texas with no issues.
No issues.
No
We
issues.
got plans.
No heart attacks, no extra plane trips, no extended stays, no nothing. We're trying to get down there and get home. So we're going to do that, but we're excited to do it with all of you. And if anybody needs anything, please reach out over in that group. We got some new moderators coming in over there to help keep track over there. If anybody needs anything, please don't be afraid to message us or tag me in a post. If you have a question, put it in the group and tag me so it comes up on my feed so I know.
And
to
what
look
is
for
your
it.
group?
My group is Journey to Keto with Tammy Lawbacher.
And that's on Facebook.
Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe over there so we get that.
Always.
Right? We always forget that. So throw that in there. And if you need us over in the Facebook group, invite your friends to the Facebook group, invite your family, even if they're not doing it and you want them to kind of start just planting a seed again. So invite them to that Facebook group. I have that group being public so that you guys can invite your own friends and your own family. So we're all in this together. So you're welcome to invite and put them over there, and we're here to help them all. So the only thing we ask is anybody that you invite, understand that we teach pretty much Dr. Boz protocol. There's Dr. Barry, Dr. Mindy, all the Benazati has some great information, but we try to keep it a clean keto. We try to keep it a decent, clean, healing at the mitochondrial level keto. That's what the goal is for most of our people on here. So, but everybody have a great week. If anybody needs anything, please feel free to reach out, and we love y'all. Have a great week.